Hey guys, so I'm literally just leaving the bank. Don't worry, I'm not like driving. I'm just gonna park here. But today's an exciting day. You know, a lot of you have been asking me a particular question that I have not addressed properly. So many of you ask me all the time, Dion, why don't you own any snakes? Today we're bringing home my first pet snake in 5 years almost. I haven't owned a snake in like 5 years, and it's not anything specific. I love snakes. They're beautiful animals. They're literally therapeutic to handle. You know, it's just something so calming about feeling a snake move through your hands. And they're so fascinating, like biologically speaking. Everything about these animals is just incredible. I just figured, you know, at this point, it was a good time for me to get one of my dream species, take the plunge, get this animal. She is absolutely gorgeous. You guys are gonna love her. I have a name in mind already too, so I'm gonna let you guys know that at the end of the video, so stick around until the end. But yeah, today we're gonna go pick her up. I'm gonna drive. It's about an hour away from where I live. Little road trip, and yeah, stick around guys. So I hope you enjoy. So for today's question of the day, I'd like to ask you guys, do you own a pet snake? And if so, what species do you own? If you don't own one, would you ever consider owning one? And if not, why not? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll give your comment a heart and we'll engage in a bit of a conversation. All right, guys. All right, guys, you've just arrived at Totally Reptiles. Let's go inside and have a look and pick up a snake. A bit younger then, or big boy? Alright guys, look what we have here. Can't wait to get home and show you guys this animal more closely. But I want to first give a big thank you to Total Reptiles for this beautiful animal. The store was really nice. Like, the animals were kept so clean and all of them had such beautifully laid out enclosures. Many of them were set up naturalistically or even bioactive at times. Really cool store. So I had no idea these guys were there. Really would recommend them if you're in Ontario. But guys, so the animal that we picked up today, if you didn't notice it already, is a female Mexican black king snake, and she's actually imported from Belgium, a breeder out there. So she has distinct bloodlines, which is really exciting. Shouldn't be related to anything out here, hopefully. And she's absolutely stunning. So let's go ahead and take her home and set her up. hopefully have the opportunity to introduce her to you guys better and let you guys know on her name. So yeah, awesome. So I've purchased a large container here that I'm going to be housing my king snake in for the first few months of its life, just until it picks up some size, eats regularly for a while, etc. So I'm using my Dremel tool here to drill ventilation holes along the sides of the container, as well as the roof of the container, to ensure that there is ample ventilation for the animal. Looks pretty good to me. I'd say that's ready to roll. Now, to set up my king snake, we're going to be using a few of my favorite brands products. This is the Zilla Aspen bedding. I like it because it's really fine material, not long strands of it. We're going to be using that as the substrate. We're also going to be using a Zoomed heat pad, really great brand, quality product. It's going to be providing the sufficient level of heating for the animal. Also, we're going to be using an Inkbird rheostat that Inkbird graciously gave me. Thank you so much again. This is not a sponsored ad or video. They just wanted to send me a model so that I could show you guys how it works and so that I could use it for one of my animals, and I'd like to thank them very much. I'll place an ad down below where you can purchase your own if you like. I'm also going to be using a few really nice Exoterra products. I love their products because they look super naturalistic. So we have the water dish and actually a hide that's meant as an arboreal stick-on rock hide, but I'm using it on the ground as a shelter for the snake, and it's going to work just fine doing that. All right, there we go. That's everything we're going to be putting into the enclosure. Let's go ahead and set up this bin for the beautiful king snake. Now, this is the Exoterra Equatorial forest floor. If you want to know more information about it, there's a link up above. But basically, I'm going to be taking some of the Ardisia leaves here and scattering them along the floor of the enclosure, just to serve as a bit of additional enrichment and create a more dynamic environment for my snake to move through. Just adds a little something extra, right? Scents, surfaces that are unique to slither across. It's just whatever you can do to make the animal's life more interesting. We're also going to be adding this fake plant, sort of the same purpose, also provides a bit more security for the snake, and that's just going to go along the wall there. Alright guys, now we're going to go ahead and set up our heat pad. We have to remove it from its packaging, get the rheostat ready so we can configure the set temperature we want the heat pad to be maintained at. You simply plug it into one of the outlets, and we're going to need to plan where it's going to go. So this looks like a great spot. It'll provide a gradient on the opposite side. Now we'll go ahead and peel off the sticker that is concealing the adhesive side of the heat pad so that we can stick it to the bottom of the enclosure. Now that the heat pad is firmly in place, we're going to use the 4 rubber feet provided to raise the container off the ground and create a bit of space between the surface the container is resting on and the heat pad. I've drilled a larger hole through the lid that will allow for the passing through of the temperature probe on the temperature rheostat. I pulled the probe through and nestled it into the substrate underneath the hide. This is the area that we want to be regulating the temperature at, as the snake is going to be spending its time here and the heat pad is underneath the enclosure in this spot. Because the hole is quite large, I decided to use a glue gun to seal the space and ensure that the snake can't escape. Now all I had to do was configure the rheostat to be set to 86 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the ample temperature we want the heat pad to be set at for this beautiful girl. So everyone, here is my king snake, and the name I decided to give her is Kira, which means black-haired or dark-skinned, and is of Irish origin. There you go, pretty girl. Off she goes. She already going through the entrance. That didn't take long. That didn't take long at all. Perfect. Take care, beautiful. Alright, let's get our lid on. And then Perfect. There's Kira, guys. She's in her bin. Now I actually have a 10-gallon aquarium that I'm gonna transfer her into once she outgrows this bin. But for now, a few friends recommended to me that I should probably just keep her in something smaller until she gets a bit bigger. So I think this is gonna do her really well for the time being. Lots of enrichment for a bin, leaf litter to slither around through, a fake plant, her water dish and hide. I'd say this is gonna be a happy little snake. Awesome. Well friends, there you have it. Here is Kira, my beautiful Mexican black king snake. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video of introducing her to you guys, setting her up, and as always, I look forward to seeing you guys in another video again soon. See you guys on Friday. Take care.